Hello people of Amazon. So right here we have this shoe rack with a cover. Now it comes in a box like this, and I'm gonna show you shortly how it looks when it's opened. Okay, so these are all the separate parts that you get. You get all these support pipes here, and these to put them together, and then the covers over here, of course, and a manual. Now it might vary because I'm gonna advertise many different of these, and some brands they're even like kind of like closet-ish, but they're more or less all manufactured and built the same way, I'm pretty sure, because the parts look pretty much equal. Yeah, so the parts look pretty much equal, and most of them are probably gonna be shoe racks, but some of them have like little closet storage as well. But yeah, I'll be advertising all of them so you can see how the quality really holds up. So now I'm shortly gonna put it together so you can see how it looks when it's fully put together. So here you can see the product fully assembled. Now as you can see, it has a beautiful clean look for a shoe rack, which I really like. Now I wouldn't say this one was easy to assemble. I would say it's like medium level. Now it is pretty well explained in the manual, but it took me like roughly, let's say 30 minutes more or less. One thing you have to keep in mind when you're putting these pieces together is that you have to put a lot of pressure with pulling these pipes in here. And the hardest part of the assembly was that these pipes here, when you have to put them into these plastic pipes as well, you have to put quite a lot of pressure, which actually ended up a little bit wrong for me, because as you can see here, I ended up breaking this part a little bit, but luckily there were spare parts, so one piece of each part. So in the end it was fine, but I was a little bit worried when that happened. But that just shows you have to put quite a bit of pressure, and just be careful you don't put too much as well, because then this can happen. And it is not the most durable material in the world. It's fine for what it is, but just be a little bit extra careful when you're doing it, and don't do it as harsh as I did here, as you can see. But at the same time, you have to put the pipes in properly, and it's not the easiest task in the world. But once it is assembled, I would say it's worth it, because it is a beautiful shoe rack. It does the job when it needs to, and I like the fact that it hides out your shoes like this, so it just looks like a nice little closet kind of thing here. Now remember, as I mentioned before, there are many brands of these, and some that even come with different parts around here and so on, and where they look like closets and so on, but many of them are manufactured the same way, I'm pretty sure. And I'm gonna do a video for all of them, because I feel like no matter which one you pick, this will give you a rough estimate of how well they're made and how they hold up and everything, and just how they overall look. Now here you can see this is the main way it looks when it's just closed normally, and I'll show you shortly once this thing right here is like rolled up, so it's hanging here. So right here you can see it with this door thing rolled up right here, as you can see, and with a few shoes inside. As you can see, it can fit many shoes and even other things you can store in there and so on, which is really nice. Now, as I mentioned before, if you're a beginner at assembling things, you're probably gonna have a slightly tough time with this, but once you get the hang of it, it's not that bad. But it wasn't the easiest thing on earth to assemble. It took roughly 30 minutes or something like that. But yeah, just keep that in mind. But once it actually is done, it will look beautiful in your home, and it will add some nice beautiful space to your entrance and so on. It's a very nice way to have an organized looking shoe rack without it like taking up too much of your home, if that makes sense. But yeah, as you can see, it's really nice, and actually I would definitely recommend this one. So yeah, that's my take on this shoe rack with covers right here. Now remember, as I mentioned, it comes in many brands and in many different sizes and shapes, where some of them even has like small closet storage. But I'll be making a video for all of them, because I'm pretty sure they're more or less manufactured the same way, and this will give you a rough estimate of how they really hold up and how they really look. So yeah, as you can see, it's a really nice shoe rack, and I definitely recommend this one. So as I mentioned, it wasn't the easiest assembly ever, but once it's done, it's really worth it. And yeah, as you can see, they come in many different colors, shapes and sizes, some with more shelves, some more like closets, some in all kinds of ways, but they all share the same kind of production and material, I'm pretty sure, as you can see, which is really nice. So yeah, as you can see, it's a really nice shoe rack, and I definitely recommend this one.